You might not think you want a patio home, but you should still watch this video. And even if you know that you don't want a patio home, you're still gonna love the absolutely beautiful design features of these two patio homes in one of the top-rated school districts in Columbus, Ohio, located only 15 minutes away from the Polaris Mall. Here is the first home we're gonna take a look at today. This is a really cool exterior on this home. I love just how you have some pretty dramatic peaks with the roof line. Very, very nice. Of course, you got a front porch as well. So this home is listed right around $840,000. Now, one thing I know I obviously mention quite often about the builder incentives changing all the time, which, by the way, this is a really cool door. This is like 8-foot high door, which you don't see all that often. So that is really cool. It just looks so tall when I was coming in. I was like, this is really nice. So this window up here, so you have natural light coming in, but so this is at eye level for me. I'm 6'4", so this is about 6'4", just about 6'4" high. So unless you have a really tall person outside, they're not gonna be able to see into your home, which is a really cool feature to have. But anyway, so they have incentives. The incentives change all the time. So best thing to do is to reach out to me to find out all the details about it. But man, this is really nice. So you have 10-foot high ceilings in here in your entryway. And then right over here, we actually have what is set up right now as an office. But this is, technically it is a bedroom for the home. So again, this is a low maintenance community. And they do have a clubhouse, they have a pool, they've got pickleball courts, and it's just a great location. They also have walking trails. So for example, between the homes right over there, there's a walking trail that just goes all the way back that way. There's other walking trails as well in the neighborhood. So here's your guest bathroom. So actually pretty spacious bathroom. I like the fact that has kind of a wider vanity. You don't just have the pedestal sink for it. And then you also even still have some space here between the vanity and the toilet rather than being crammed up right between it and next to the shower and tub. Which, speaking of the shower and tub, you have tile that goes all the way up to the 10-foot high ceiling. And you actually have a really nice deep tub here also. So that's great. Have a nice soaker tub here as your guest bathroom. So this is very, very nice. And I like too, the towel rack is actually up kind of high, which is kind of fun to me rather than it being down a little bit lower. So that is very nice. And looks like behind here we should have our coat closet. Again, you have 8-foot high doors in the home too. And these are really nice solid doors also. I love it when you get the solid doors versus just the hollow ones. They just kind of feel a little flimsy at times. But so a cool feature with this home, obviously we're gonna come down to the basement in a little bit, but I just wanted to point out how nice this looks. Having the stairs in the middle of the home, but having it be open. Really cool design feature of this home. It breaks up the space a little bit and makes it feel more open, because if you had a wall right over here, it would make the living room feel smaller, but this makes it feel more open. And obviously you could put an even more dramatic and impressive looking chandelier hanging down there if you wanted to, but it's just really nice. I love how they did that. So over in our living room area, I love too that they added the extra sections, so the extra transom windows up above all of these windows. So you get even more natural light coming in to your living room. And this is such a cool looking fireplace. Very, very nice. I love the color too of the mantle. That is incredible looking. So you can see a little bit what I was meaning about, if there was a wall right behind that sofa versus having the stairs, where you get, it might be an extra 6 to 8 feet of space over there. So this is really cool. Obviously, you know, they do have hookups for a TV up there. So if you had a big TV, because they made it such a big and wide fireplace, you could have a huge TV there, not a problem at all, which is great because that way, if you're on the other side of the room over here, you could still watch the TV and it would still look big, even from across the room, which is very nice. So this is a really unique space. So you have your dining area right here. This is my first time showing you this floor plan. So this is a custom home builder. So they don't oftentimes do homes the same because, you know, let's say they have a certain floor plan. Well, then let's say they have another customer who starts with that floor plan and then they customize it to make it their own. So maybe they move the stairs, maybe they turn the bedroom into an open office or whatever the case might be. Like there's a lot of different things that you can do because they're a true custom home builder. So you could do something like move the stairs to the front of the home, or, you know, chop this room off or open it up or whatever the case might be. So it's really cool how you can see, like then it basically is a different floor plan, you know, once you make those types of changes to it. So another fun feature with this home, and you know, being a patio home, obviously it makes sense to have a covered patio. So of course you have the nice covered patio here. And it just really adds on to the living space here. So you have some nice ponds, got a pond here, you got a pond over there. Very cool. Now they will be eventually building some homes over in this direction. So the fronts will be over here and then the backs of the homes will be over here. So you'll just have the side of the home there on that lot that's right over there. But so there shouldn't be many windows. So you still will feel like you're having some privacy. But this is such a cool morning room over here. I really like this a lot. And I love how they furnished it too. It's really cool. So let's see, over here is the kitchen. And this is a stunning kitchen. Oh my goodness. I take it all in. I did have to come in and turn on the lights, but when I have to do that, I try to not look at anything. I just kind of look down at the floor and find my way to the light switches without being able to kind of look at everything. I love what they did with the vent hood there. That looks phenomenal. And the backsplash also looks really cool too. That's one of the features I love a lot when I've been seeing homes recently. Let me see if I can get a light on under here real quick. There we go. Just this kind of look where it's kind of like a shiny look, but it's textured. And so they're not the same. It gives it some variation and variety, and it just really has a very unique look that I really like a lot. So that looks so nice, especially with the curve on the vent hood there. Really nice. So there's a lot of cabinet space over here on this wall. Obviously the countertop space surrounding the oven. And then of course you have a big island as well. I know right now they have their decor over there and some flyers over here, but this is really a big island. Absolutely is. And so too, I didn't even pay attention to the fact you do have two ovens here, plus your microwave there. So really great space. And over here, you have your pantry. And I don't know if I got it in the shot or not, but there is this part of your pantry as well. So that is extremely nice. And I love too the fact that they have it with a pocket door. That way it's not getting in your way. You can open it up, you can close it off if it's a little messy in there. Either way, you have the ability to do that. But this is just a great extension of your kitchen right there. So your laundry room is right over here. Nice cabinets, nice sink, and of course, this is really nice too. That way you can hang some shirts up if you're needing to let them dry out. That is very nice. And let me back up this way so you can see the drop zone area, which again, you have these really nice features that you wouldn't necessarily always see But that is some amazing looking molding up there. Crown molding to the max on your drop zone, really nice. Again, all the things just look so nice with this home. This builder makes a fantastic home. Obviously you can see the attention to detail and the high quality products. It is just so nice. So here is your 2-car garage in this home. I hope you're enjoying the home tour so far. I just wanted to say hi and thank you so much for watching. If we haven't met, my name is David DeLuey with Red One Realty, your Columbus, Ohio real estate agent. If you're thinking about buying or building a new construction home, you've come to the right place. Every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I have a new video that I put right here on YouTube showing you model homes and new construction homes for sale across the Columbus, Ohio suburbs. And if you want to make sure that you have representation from someone who has your best interest in mind, that's why I'm here. Because I focus so much of my time on new construction homes in the Columbus, Ohio area, this is an area of expertise for me that you just won't be able to find elsewhere. Just make sure to reach out to me first before you go tour any homes or talk with any builder reps, because with some builders, if I don't introduce you to them, they won't allow me to help you. Now, the great thing is for you that it doesn't cost you anything extra to work with me as your real estate agent, as the builders will compensate me and they don't give you a discount for not working with a real estate agent. I have people just like you reach out to me all the time to help them with their move to Columbus, Ohio, and I absolutely love it. To contact me, you can send me a text, give me a call, you can send me an email, or my favorite is you can schedule a time for a video call by scanning the QR code on the screen with your smartphone camera, or you can also find a link for it in the description. And of course, if you need to sell a home or you want to buy a home that isn't new, I'm more than happy to help you with that as well. I look forward to talking to you soon to help you with your move to Columbus, Ohio. So here's our downstairs bathroom. Very nice still. So considering this is a basement, you still have 9-foot high ceilings down here, which is amazing because it doesn't feel as much like a basement. It feels like just a normal part of your home that, in this case, you don't have windows. But this countertop looks fantastic. It's so nice. You just kind of have a standard basic shower, but you still have the nice tile in here. It's just not the super high-end blow your socks off with, or I guess it's knock your socks off, blow you away, knock your socks off. I'm combining my little sayings here, but it's just the kind of the typical tile rather than something that's an extreme design choice. But this is such a nice basement. I love when these homes have finished basements, obviously because it's a ranch home. It's such a big space overall that you still have a really large unfinished area that's great for storage. But then you still have this massive space down here to use as a media room or a rec room, man cave, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's just an area where, if you want to have people come visit with you, this is an area for them to come stay and hang out, or you have this incredible wet bar over here for entertaining. I mean, look at how amazing this looks. Yeah, this great lighting here on the shelving. The tile looks amazing. You got the herringbone pattern. All these great cabinets for storage. Of course, you have the soft close cabinets. You've got the sink. You've got the fridge. I mean, this is amazing. Really, really nice. Again, this is one of the things I love with this builder, with any custom builder, right? You can truly customize however you want and say, hey, you know what? I want to put a wet bar in the basement. This is how I want to design it. You can design it however you want. I have another client who's getting ready to build with this builder. And that's one of the things they're going to do in their basement is to have a finished basement similar to this, where you have a wet bar, little kitchen area in there, plus a bedroom, plus kind of that living room area, and of course a bathroom as well. But really cool how you can really have full reign of being able to decide how you want your home to be laid out, plus all the design as well. So now we need to take a look at the primary bedroom. So again, you have the 8-foot high entryway with the 10-foot high ceilings. This is such a unique design. I don't think I've ever seen, at least nothing quite like this. There was one home a long time ago that I saw had a similar long walkway to get into the primary. Actually, we can come back this way first. We'll make our way back to the bathroom. So here is your closet, your walk-in closet. But anyway, that other home, you got, again, a long walkway to get back to your primary bedroom, which was very unique. That was like a very, very modern style home. But this is such a cool home. If you were customizing this home, if you liked the general floor plan, but you thought, David, I need a bigger closet than this, well, you could customize it then. Again, that's the beauty of using the custom home builder is you say, I need the closet to be bigger, double that size. Say, all right, well, let's see if we can fit the home where we make this bedroom and bump it out 4 feet, 8 feet, something like that, where you can get your closet to be bigger. Or maybe you want the closet in a different location. You can move it to a different location as well. Again, the beauty of a custom home builder versus the standard kind of production builders where you can choose some options, but you don't have the full ability to change things. So I just asked one of those builders, which they do a great job too. They make beautiful homes. I just asked them earlier today, hey, can you by any chance do this on this floor plan? And they said, nope, sorry, we can't do that. It's like, oh, bummer. Anyway, so here is now our primary bathroom. Really cool. I like how they did it with kind of the floating mirrors there. That is really cool. I don't think I've seen that in a while now on a home. Very nice color on the cabinets. I know sometimes it can be tough to see the flooring because they actually have, the finishes with the mats and the different area rugs and whatnot. But this looks really, really nice. The tile, of course, you have these cabinets in the middle for extra storage, which I love having that. That way you're not just bending over in order to get it. You have the private water closet, which is actually really spacious. That is very nice. You got plenty of space in there. And again, the high ceilings, so it doesn't feel quite as small. And then over here, we do have a window, which is nice. And here is your shower. And this is really cool. Something you don't often see. There is a certain builder that they pretty much always do zero entry, but you don't always see a zero entry shower because I think for some people it makes them nervous. But it's ever so slightly sloped back that way because water, if you haven't realized it, you just need a slight slope. That's how your gutters work, if they work appropriately. They work by having a very, very slight slope in the direction towards your downspout. So it just needs to slope right back towards the drain. And if it does, then you don't have a problem with water coming in. So that's what they do on this is it just, even if water was going to get that way, it's gonna come back towards your drain. And here is the next home we're gonna see today. This is, again, such a unique home. So having a 3-car garage, but it being a side-load garage, really special, really different. This is not something that you typically see. And I just noticed this too. This is an 8-foot high garage door, guys. That is so nice to have. And again, a very rare feature to have. That's something that, I know this is an expensive patio home in comparison to some, because it is like a luxury custom home. But this is, this is a feature that a couple weeks ago I showed a home that was $1.6 million, which, by the way, this is a beautiful front door. So that $1.6 million home had the 8-foot high garage doors. But I just realized as I was walking up, I'm like, wait a second, this has really tall garage doors, which is not something that's normal to see on, this is a ranch home. This is not some massive, huge, 5,000 square foot home. So really cool. All right, so right here off of the entryway, so right at the front of the home, is our first bedroom. So obviously they have it set up as an office. You could set it up as an office as well. And actually maybe they would consider it an office for purposes of the home. It is technically big enough to be a bedroom. Obviously, there's not a great space to put a bed in here, but you could definitely do it as far as just the size of the room. But you do have a closet in here, which is great. So if you needed it to be a guest room, you could totally have it be that. Maybe use a Murphy bed, something like that, to where you can have it stored away and make it look like it's not a bedroom all the time. But this would be a really great space, for guests, and has a really cool light fixture as well in it. So on the opposite side of the entryway, we have another bedroom. So this one obviously feels more like a bedroom. So let's just maybe call this our first bedroom then. So have a bedroom and an office that has a closet, which is, again, very nice to have. So this one has more of your typical, double wide sliding door closet. And actually, you know what I think about now that I notice this has carpet in here that does not have carpet. So they're not intending that to be a bedroom. I was wrong. Sometimes that happens. You think about something and then you think about it a little bit longer, then you realize, you know what? I think I'm gonna change my opinion about that. Anyway, right over here is now our family entry from the garage. So kind of unique that with your coat closet, in this case, the coat closet is dual purpose. It's right by the front door, and your family entry is also right by the front door. You have a beautiful drop zone area here. I really like how they designed this. Again, this builder makes some gorgeous homes. They are so nice. And then here is our garage door. So again, you got a massive 3-car garage, and you even have a little extra space over here. I know it's just a couple feet, but well, technically it's more than a couple feet because you have the couple feet right there, plus a few more feet over there. So that's awesome, the fact that you actually have room for storage. That way, if you have a golf cart or something that you want to put in your garage, you could do that. So that's really cool. All right, we gotta check out, as you can probably see right there, we have a bathroom. So here is your guest bathroom right here. Again, near the front of the home. This is such a unique floor plan. Totally wasn't expecting to see this. This is very cool. So in this home, we have 9-foot high ceilings in the main level, whereas in the previous home, we did have the 10-foot high ceilings. But again, you have the really deep soaker tub in the guest bathroom. And I really like the tile that they put in here as well. And even, like the molding, the trim work around the door, this is so nice. Like it just feels and looks really high quality, which again, it is. This is a luxury home, which I just realized I forgot to tell you. The price on this home is right just under $800,000. Just to give you an idea of where we're at. Again, they have this light fixture I love. I think this is the same one that they had. Yeah, it is the same one, just slightly different. Like they had a little extension on the one in the office, but it's really cool looking light fixture. So a little bit different how they did the stairs in this home. It goes straight down, which we'll get there in just a minute, versus the switchback staircase that they had in the other one. But unique too, in this one, it's actually in the middle. Not only is it in the middle front to back, but it's in the middle from left to right also of the home rather than being up against the wall. Again, a cool feature with the custom home builder is you could put the stairs where you want them. So if you want them in the middle, if you want them on the side, if you want a window, you can do all those different things. So a very different living room setup in this home. Well, I guess one thing is the same. You still have the patio beyond the living room, but in this one, obviously you don't have the fireplace, which that fireplace was gorgeous. But I know some people don't like a fireplace. Obviously, having a fireplace costs money. And if you're talking about having a home and you're like, well, do I want to spend all that money on a fireplace? Maybe you don't want to, but you do have a nice little tray ceiling in here with crown molding up in the tray as well. Looks very, very nice. And of course, now you can see the kitchen. So let's go ahead and walk over here. Even the cool little details like the pillars here on the side of the, kind of like the opening to get into the kitchen. I love those little details that this builder puts into their homes. So I really like this dining space. It's a little bit more defined. It's almost like the morning room was in the previous home, but this is a really fun space to me. Obviously, you have a ton of natural light. You got 2 big windows over here on the side, and you have 3 big windows on the back. This is just a really nice space here. And I like the round table also. It's cozy, but it's also like a bigger round table than I feel like I typically see, which is fun. So this home is facing in a different direction than the last one we were in. So this one, the front of the home faces to the east, generally. It might be slightly off, but generally to the east, whereas the other one was facing to the south. So that's why you get so much natural light in the back patio here. Wow, that home there, that has a huge back patio. Oh my goodness, that is massive. That's almost the entire width of the home. Again, you get so much customization, even though, from the outside, you might think, oh, the homes look kind of similar, but they're not. And, unless they just happen to, like it has similar feel, like, okay, they're gonna have similar siding, they're gonna have white trim, things like that, or like they have a similar color garage door. But then you see things like that, like, okay, you got a screened in patio right there with this, like a back actual patio that's not covered. Then you have the massive patio over there. So really cool, all the different things that you can do to customize your home. All right, so here is that kitchen. So this is so unique and different than the last one. Over here it almost has kind of like the built-in type feel because you don't have the countertop space. So this reminds me actually of my grandparents' house that was built back in the 50s. They had an oven that looks like it's straight out of I Love Lucy, and they still had it even, like 50 years later, that oven was still working. It was very fun that after all those years, it still was going strong. But they had the oven, and then I guess the fridge wasn't next to it. Never mind. I was thinking, but they had a pantry, or not pantry. They had cabinets that reminded me of this. That's what made me think of it. So again, I love when they do kind of the curve there on the vent hood. That is such a nice feature. I don't know about you guys. I think my preference, sometimes the stainless steel vent hoods can look nice, but I prefer this look personally. That is my preference. But I'd love to hear about what your preference is too. Do you like this look, or do you like the stainless steel vent hood look? Really cool tile backsplash again. And I turned the lights on in advance on this one. I remembered. Very nice oven. Extra wide, just like the last one was. And you don't have the second oven like you did in the last home. But then check out the cabinet color on this one. Let me get over here so you can maybe see it in a little bit better lighting. That just looks stunning. And of course you have beautiful countertops. And then let me show you your view out into your living room area. And then also over to your wonderful guests who are eating. Very nice. All right, so don't leave yet. The basement's finished, but we're gonna go down there and then we'll check out the primary suite. But if you do have any questions about these homes or about any other home, feel free to reach out to me. I love to hear from you. You can reach out anytime. If for some reason I can't respond right away, just leave a message. If you call, feel free to leave a voicemail. If I don't answer the phone, you can also send me a text or an email. That would be fine as well. And I will get to you as soon as I can. Real quick, let's duck into the unfinished area just so you can see it. Again, with the ranch home, the unfinished, the basement in general is huge because it's the whole footprint of the home other than the garage, unless for some reason they just didn't excavate the whole home. But typically in a home like this, they're going to. So that's why it's such a big space, because this is as big as some basements are in like a 2,600 square foot home. As far as, I was just in a home yesterday with another client that they were looking to buy, and we were touring some homes, and the basement was probably not even quite that big, pretty similar size. But it didn't have a finished side at all. There was no finished side of the basement. It was just the unfinished side, and that was how big it was, because it was a 2-story home. So nice space over here, a little bit, but defined space there. Then you have this extra space over here, and look at this wet bar. Oh my goodness. They are doing a thing with these wet bars. I tell you what, I love the darker colors that they are using. I might even like this one better. I think the other one had like 2 separated sides to it, but I think I like the style like of these, the tile in this one, and the color also of the cabinets. This is really cool. Very, very nice. Soft close, love it. That is so cool. All right, so over here, we have another bedroom. I will say too, so a lot of the different builders, sometimes you can look up things online, and I'm not saying that this builder even has that issue, but there's always going to be someone who has a bad experience with builders. Part of my job is to make sure you have a good experience, right? So like I actually just got a text from a client literally as we're speaking now. And we're with a builder right now, and it's my job to make sure she has a good experience with, getting the deposit in and, setting up payments, or if something doesn't go right, or if something's broken, or you do your final walkthrough and there's still something needing to be happening, or it's before the final walkthrough and you're concerned about something. That's why I'm here, is to always make sure that you don't ever feel like you have to bring up something that you feel uncomfortable doing. You just let me know. If you see something that I didn't see, or you're concerned about something, you just let me know, and then I'm going to reach out to the builder to make sure that we get it done right and get it taken care of for you. So with this builder though, I'll say my clients had a great experience so far. So it's great. It's great to work with this builder. They do a fantastic job, as you can see here in the home. It's beautiful. And my opinion is most of these builders, even the ones that are for affordable homes, they want to do the right job or they want to do the right thing and do a good job. Now, obviously, they're at the mercy of subcontractors and what work they do. But in the end, they have a job, and they want to keep their job. So they need to do a good job, because if they get too many complaints, they're going to have issues. So they're going to want to make it right. And that's, again, my job is being persistent as much as I need to be to make sure the job is done right for you. So that is one of the reasons why I am here. So here is your laundry room. So this is, pan over here really quick. So we're just off to the side from where the living room is right now. And now we're going to head into the primary bedroom. All right, so we got very cool vaulted tray ceilings in here. Sometimes the furniture gets in my way of getting over in the corners of the room, but you hopefully will get the idea still. Very nice space here. Man, there's so much natural light coming in. The lighting is phenomenal right now. That's what I like to see, when you don't need to rely on the lighting in the room. Very nice. So then over here is our primary bathroom. Looks like we have a little closet here. So yeah, see, even things like this, like you don't have the wire shelving, got the nicer shelving. It's all the little touches, right? You got a pocket door here, so it's not getting in the way in your room, and it's not getting in the way in your bathroom, because they wanted to have the light switches right there. So it's easier to have the pocket door, so you still have the door. So nice. Did they think of that, rather than putting it awkwardly behind a door? So we do have the private water closet here with a normal door that swings out of the way, which is very nice. Let's see if I can do my hiding magician tricks here of staying out of the mirror a little bit. Oh, there I was. You found me. I Again, you got the floating mirrors here, which is really cool. I really like the countertop here and the cabinet color. That looks so nice. Let me back up so I can show it to you a little bit better. Very, very cool. And even the light fixtures, all the little details, they just look very, very nice. So in this one, oh, that's a fun light fixture. So it's that kind of flush mount, but it's big. It's very big. And a little bit more space in this one. At least it feels more spacious to me than the last home. It's not quite as busy, feels a little bit more open, a little bit more floor space in here too. But this is it. So this one, it has a different style shower. So let me back up so you can see tile flooring. And it looks like it is the same tile for the walls in your shower, which I think is cool. I don't know about you guys, but I think that is a very cool look. So it just, everything kind of flows together. There's never the concern of like, well, does it match or not? We don't know. Yes, it matches because it is the same. It just looks cool to me. I don't know why, but it does. I love it when it does that. Let me see if I can show them both at the same time. See, it's just so nice. Now I know you might think, David, you're so boring. You love gray. I know, I'm sorry, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of gray. I like it. And of course you do have your bench over here and that nice transom window right up above. If you like this video, make sure to check out this video right here of other patio homes, or you can see the video that YouTube thinks you'll like right over here. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next week.